That's right. Playing the game. So we out here playing this game. It's called a color game. Everybody that's stateless, not attached to the human family. Everybody that's denationalized. I was talking to a veteran, a young lady, who was saying that I'm black. She's educated because she went to school through the military. I don't know if she's actually, in her 30s just yet, and she could be, but she's running for Senate in Oklahoma. And I came across her on one of her social media posts, and I said to her, black. And she thought that I was trying to say because she's mixed with European, that I was trying to say she's not black. And I was trying to tell her or ask her specifically. Now, this is a person that's, you know, been educated by the military and by universities and establishments in the United States. I said to her, what's your nationality? And she went through a spectrum of so many different things, but she couldn't tell me her nationality because she doesn't have one. Anybody and everybody here in America, and I'm telling you, you playing this game and you don't even know you playing the game. Y'all don't know what the world is, and this is why the distraction factor is here. I'm trying to tell you, you know, that you're being distracted, and I'm going to show you what they're doing to distract you, and I'm going to show you why they want you distracted and what they don't want you to know. So bear with me. These videos are going to be informative, and I'm not here to convince you of anything, only to inform you and to tell you that if you want an education or to know what the world is about, you have to recognize general information, which is general knowledge to you, and then specialized information, which is specialized knowledge to you. And one is going to be given to you automatically because this is what they want you to think so that you can behave a certain way. And the other is what you seek, what you go out and do your due diligence to find out what is going on in the world, the facts, the science. Because science is about the facts. It's about no fabrication, no opinion, just the straight facts. Okay. So if you're distracted and playing this game, the race game, the color game, and it's all the same, the rich versus the poor game, the merchant versus the consumer game. It's so many little intricate details into you playing this game that you don't even recognize you playing a game. And all of it in general is for different reasons. And the general goal is to steal from you. To steal what? First and foremost, they want your labor. You were never born to just work a job for a corporation. And in America, you're supposed to be the ones that have the power, the people, not the corporations. The corporations and the politicians have the power, and the corporations and the rich have more power than anyone else because they're directing your government. Now, back to the one that was running for Senate. This young lady wanted to defend herself, not so much be combative and argue with me, but she wanted to defend herself. That how dare I say that she's not black when she has a black mother, but she didn't recognize that the words have the power. And you out here playing a game and attaching a dead word to you and talking about some, I want to be a part of society and act responsibly in civil affairs. And I'm attaching this word black to me, which means dead in all civil affairs. Absolutely. See, you don't get it. You don't understand what's going on. So you do what you've been taught and what you were told. If you feel something is not right, and this is what I felt my entire life, what the hell am I doing here? What's going on? All of the things that people are saying and doing just don't look right, don't sound right to me. And it's giving me a funky foul vibe. I don't like it. Can't explain it because I'm just a child. But I can look at all these people and I can see at this age, 7, 8, 9, I don't want to be like that person. I'm never going to be like him. I'm never going to be like her. So some of us come to the earth observant, and our experiences are unlike others, and we're unable to explain that to people. So I'm here, as I said before, this is the distraction factor, and I'm just here to enlighten my people, to wake them up so that they can stop playing the game, the color game. All right, listen to me. If black was the slave title and the slave brand in 1779 that was attached to slaves as property, chattel property, then why in the world we run around here using it as a badge of honor in 2025 like it's not still a slave title? If the 13th Amendment emancipated you in 1865 and brought you freedom and removed the title of black from you as a slave, does that mean you keep the title of black and it no longer means that it is a slave title? No, hell no, it doesn't. They took something from you, and in order for you to be whole, you have to get it back. Every man, woman, and child that is a free national being stands as a whole, like a hand with all 5 fingers. You get what I'm saying? So you got your spirit, your mind, your body, you got your nationality, and then you got your divine creed. That's what makes up a free national being. So you're talking about uh, one family bearing one free national name. So you got a whole bunch of Chinese people, and they call themselves Chinese because they're from China. That's their land, and it equates to the national status and the free national name of Chinese. So black people don't have that. This is what they meant by something was taken from you. So if this was the whole in 5 and then 2 was taken from you, now you're only holding 3. That's why they use the terms 3/5 of all others. So now all of a sudden they done freed you. You done moved all the way up to 2025. But every free national being is holding 5 national principles, and you still holding the 3. And when somebody try to tell you that you need to get them 2 back, you look at them like they crazy, and you wonder why you're being treated so terribly as a black person using that slave title, because you're missing those 2 parts that will make you uh, attached to the human family again, and not just have to live on civil rights and Jim Crow laws and the the state and all of these people doing things for you. You now have human rights. You're connected to the human family once again. You're using your true free national name, and nobody can say that you are property of the corporate state, even with all of the adhesion contracts that go on. You now have power to stand as a free being because you took back your nationality and your divine creed, and you're no longer 3/5 of all others. But some of you want to be black. You want to play the game. So when we Moors come and tell you, oh, the Moors did this wrong, they did that wrong, they did this, this is the return of the ancient ones. We are, without doubt or contradiction, what our ancestors were, but reborn into the new age. This is a paradigm shift. This is a new age. This is a new era of time now. And all men now must proclaim their free national names to be recognized by the government in which they live in the nations of the earth. So when we tell you this, we mean you are a slave and you just don't recognize it. You don't have a nationality. You don't have a divine creed. And you're still classified as 3/5 of all others, and every nation on the planet knows it about you. So now you're playing the game, and they letting you have all your little privileges, but you really don't have any rights on a global scale. So you wonder how you're able to do any of the things under the protected of the United States as their property. So they're not gonna, violate that. You call yourself a citizen, but the citizens are uh, subject to all of the abuses and misuses that the true citizen care to bestow upon them. And what you have going on right now is a rollback of all those rights, so that the only one that will be really established with rights in America will be those that were intended to be uh, the leaders of America in the original Constitution. And who is that? Free white men. They tell you in all of the rhetoric and campaigning on the right and the far right and the extreme right, you have people that just don't recognize that this is not something that just randomly happens. They planned and designed this for you and have done so for quite some time. So when you hear people like me come along and they say, stop attaching that word black to you and thinking that you're going to really prosper. Stop thinking that, debt notes are going to help you and free you. Stop thinking that, you know, uh, dollar bills are anything other than promises to pay. So we done went through a lot of stuff in this initial um, introduction to the distraction factor. But I just wanted to come to you and let you know who I am and what I'm about. And that most of the content is going to be about things that'll aid and assist you in coming out of your conditions as Negro, blacks, and colors into a position in which you can do well without having to have someone co-sign everything you do like you're a slave. Right now, what you don't recognize is that, for example, under your current condition, you claiming to be a United States citizen, yet you black. Or like my daughter said to me one day on her 21st birthday, I'm black, you're black, she's black. When she really doesn't recognize what's going on because she got a little degree from, you know, the state college. Uh, African American is our nationality, and black is our ethnicity. So whatever the United States Corporation done drilled and programmed into that child's head, that's what she's gonna believe for the rest of her life. Cause she gonna tell me after I told her black has no standing in law that I'm black, you black, and this was on her 21st birthday. Now, me newly coming into the science and trying to enlighten her, I didn't say anything. I didn't want to bust her bubble on her birthday. She had a couple glasses of wine, and it was a disrespectful thing. But I didn't correct her, and I should have corrected her. And anybody else that ever says things like that do not recognize or understand because they think that they got some kind of education from the United States Corporation. That ain't nothing but your slaver giving you information that's gonna keep you a slave. So don't fight this. Don't debate this. If you think it's wrong, prove it wrong, and then come and show due diligence in the comments, and we can discuss it. But black has no standing in law. Black is not a race of people, nor is white. There were not even people that were calling themselves white before, you know, the early 1600s. So you have to, do your own research and have some understanding of what's really going on in the world before you start talking about some I'm this and I'm that. The child was 21 years old, and it was somewhere around 2014, 15, and she did not really recognize calling herself African American as uh, a nationality. She was born in '96, and African American was not even used until 1985. So you don't bump your elders when they've been on the planet a lot longer than you have, giving you things that you're supposed to have to make life better for you. Now, I have another daughter. She has autism, and you can probably hear her in the background. Every time I try to do something like this, I have an outburst from this child because she wants me never to do anything that doesn't include her. So I'm going to continue on with this segment and close out with these words. Um, Nationality is the order of the day on this podcast. It's always going to be the order of the day. And I'm going to come back, as I said before, with one of my first episodes and we're going to discuss the traffic stops. Okay. Um, the traffic stops notice is basically a lot of information that you might need to stand on your square when you're out on the highways and byways dealing with the pirates, and your adhesion contract and your registration with the state and giving away your property and all these things that you don't understand that you're doing. We can discuss that as well and show you some ways out of that. But one of the things that I suggest for black people is correct your status. Get on the record with something, because the highest form of evidence for the United States corporation and all of their authorities is the record. So, you have to have your version of what that is so that you can establish who you are as opposed to what they say you are. Take control, take power back from those that believe that they have power over you. And I'm going to check you out in the next segment. And now, this is what we do at the Distraction Factor. I have a $55 consultant fee, and I'll help you out with your paperwork so that you can correct your status, get your passport, all those good things. And it'll only be the $55 unless you ask me to do some specific things. And I do ask for a $1 donation. I'll give you any of the PDFs. All you got to do is put your email in the comments for the PDF. Go to the Cash App, send in your donation of $1 or more. Now, your minimum $1, but you can send in as much as you like for a donation for these PDFs. And I'll send the PDFs directly to your email. I'm not selling anything. I'm not offering any legal advice, but I'm giving you the lawful truth, whether you want to accept it or not. And don't take my word for anything. And I say, do your due diligence and find out for yourself and get your clear understanding of what this material and all of these discussions bring to the forefront. And if you'd like to come in and be a guest on the show, you know, uh, I'll put all of my information into the comments or into the description so that you will be able to contact and speak with me. Get your consult for the $55 and the Cash App information so that you can get your $1 or donation note PDFs. Peace to the gods. This is the Distraction Factor. Like, comment, and share. And please subscribe to the channel because it goes a long way. Peace to the gods.